Yo, welcome back to the GM Podcast. I'm Miller.
I'm Gav.
And today, we are doing a podcast up in Banner Elk, where Gavin is doing his school right now, and it is cold as hell. It is 10 degrees outside.
Feels like
4. So, yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. But let's go ahead and get straight into this thing. What we're doing, by the way, is we're predicting our divisional round games.
Yep.
So we're tired. We're gonna hop straight into this thing. All right. First game we got Bills at Broncos at 4:30 on Saturday. Denver is favored by 1.5 points in this game. Who do you think is going to win this game?
Yeah, give me the Bills. I think it is going to be a tight game. I think the Broncos have an elite defense.
You gotta speak to your mic, bro.
Elite defense and elite coaching going on. I think the difference is kind of like last game. We're going to see in the fourth quarter, we're going to see a quarterback gap.
Yeah.
And we're going to see the best quarterback left in the playoffs against the worst quarterback left in the playoffs. And I think that's going to have to come down to be the difference in this game. We've seen it time and time again with Patrick Mahomes beating Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes beating Lamar Jackson, whoever it may be.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the difference time and time in a lot of these playoff games that offsets all the advantages the other team has. So I think Josh Allen is going to offset everything that the Denver Broncos got going, and they're going to win this game.
Yeah, so I know this is a 6 versus a 1 seed, but I would actually consider this my lock of the weekend. I'm also taking the Bills over the Broncos. I do think, like you said, the biggest thing that stands out in this game is the quarterback discrepancy. You look at Bo Nix, he has not been very sharp this entire year. They've won a couple games. Their last 3 games, they're not even scoring 20 points a game. Mm-hmm. Their best game, I think Bo Nix's best game was the game against the Packers, but I don't think he can repeat that and outscore Josh Allen, especially with how they're playing offense right now. I know they have receivers out, but I just feel like their tight ends are good enough, their O-line is good enough, their running back is good enough. And I honestly could see this getting to a blowout because, once again, the way Buffalo is playing defense, especially from what I saw in the Jaguars game, I just believe that this can really get to a blowout.
Yeah, and I don't know how much the Broncos will be able to run like the Jaguars did.
No, I don't trust their running game with RJ Harvey. He's not one of the elite backs. So, offensively, I'm having trouble seeing where they can – and it's really not – seeing what they can do against the Bills defense. It's they have to outscore what Josh Allen is going to do to them.
Exactly. They have to be dominant. I mean, they can't just be good.
No. So I just don't see that happening against the Bills. And like I said, I would consider this my lock of the weekend.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and get into game number 2 that is happening on Saturday at 8 p.m. on Fox. The Seahawks are hosting the San Francisco 49ers for their Week 18 rematch where the Seahawks beat the 49ers 13-3. So, Gav, Seattle is favored by 7. That's a pretty big gap for a divisional game.
It is a big gap. Fred Warner might come back.
I think he has officially been ruled out, though. And Sam Darnold was actually questionable, but is expected to play. I think he had oblique injury today in practice, which is crazy. I don't know if they're trying to. That's a little, just convenient, right? He might have a bad play. I would consider it. He might have a bad playoff game in this one. And I'll start with this one, actually. This is the game where I see a lot of high upset potential. I can see the 49ers messing around and staying in this game based off Brock Purdy's arm. Because the way Brock Purdy has been playing this season, I truly believe that he is elevated to a non-negotiable top 10 quarterback in this league. Especially with Kyle Shanahan. And now you have a week of offensive game plan to prep without George Kittle. Tonjes is stepping in, and every single time someone gets hurt for that team, someone steps in, and although they might not be as great, they are serviceable. They're just so well coached, and I think Seattle being kind of the new kid on the block in the NFC, San Francisco has been here before. So, that all being said, I'm still taking Seattle.
Okay.
I think the personnel in this one is way too strong.
I agree.
And it's about the Seattle defense.
Yes, I was just about to say that. If, not to interrupt you, but if Brock Purdy threw 2 picks, I wouldn't say struggled, but, he just wasn't amazing. In that game against the Eagles, he played the way he played, I'm not going to say he deserved to lose. I wouldn't say that at all. No. But I would say, losing was warranted. If y'all just, make a couple catches down the stretch. I'll say he didn't play well enough to deserve to win that game.
No, I agree with that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I know the Seattle defense is even better than the Eagles, I think. And I just think that's where the difference is. And Darnold will throw picks.
Yeah.
But he will move the ball down the field.
He will.
And I think I like taking the Seahawks here. I think it was a pretty easy pick for me. The only thing I can see here, like you said, is lights are too bright type of thing.
Yeah,
that's the only way I see them losing.
I think Brock has shown that in the playoffs he can elevate his play to that of a superstar quarterback.
I mean, I told you this. He played well enough to win a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. In that game, he I think this is a famous thing, but he walked off the field with a lead.
Yes.
So that's all he could do. So I do see upset potential with that game. I think that's probably one of the most interesting games of the weekend. I'll tell you which one I think is the most interesting next. But yeah, I think we both got we got the Seahawks. So we're agreeing so far.
Yeah.
All right. Next game, my favorite game of the weekend. Texans at Patriots.
I think this is where we disagree.
New England is favored by 3. Who do you have in this game?
I'm going away from my gut, which I normally don't do. Give me the Patriots.
Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny because my gut is actually telling me the Patriots.
Yeah.
And
my gut's not picking. I just think that defense for Houston's not just the best defense. It's one of the best defenses I've watched. We're just talking about eye test.
Yes.
In the past.
My life?
10? Yeah,
I don't know, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Their defense is dominant. They control the game.
Yes.
I thought it was more about their defense than how bad the Steelers were, honestly. I thought it was really about how good that defense was. And honestly, I just think the offense isn't moving enough on the Texans. I don't know. Even if Drake might play bad, I don't know if you're getting, defensive touchdowns.
Yeah.
Coaching battle's pretty equal here. I mean, I give the edge to Vrabel, but D'Amico Ryans has been in the playoffs, so I think it's a very even matchup. I like the spread being 3. That's fair, home field. I'm gonna take the home team.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprised with either or here, but I'm gonna take New England in this one.
So what scares me is that Nico Collins is probably not playing in this game. He's obviously on concussion protocol, and if he was playing, I would pick Houston without a doubt in my opinion. And my thing, why I'm still picking Houston, is because I do expect C.J. Stroud to elevate his play above that of Drake Mays in this game. Right? You look at New England's defense, they're okay. They got better as the game went along last week because the Chargers' O-line is so damaged. But through the first 3 quarters, they were not getting a lot of pressure on Justin Herbert. And once again, that is one of the worst O-lines in football. You look at the Texans and what C.J. Stroud has done, I think it's been a little underlooked. They've won a playoff game in each of his 2 years. That's hard to do if you're the starting quarterback. He's played not great, but when you watch C.J. Stroud play football, you can't just tell me that it's awful. I think last week against the Steelers is probably the worst I've seen him play, which is a bad sign.
Yeah.
But a lot of those were mistakes that weren't completely on him. Now, the pick in the red zone, that's horrible. Yeah, that's one of the worst plays I've seen. That's probably the worst play I've seen in his career. That being said, though, I just believe that C.J. Stroud can elevate his game. If Woody Marks is playing in this one, he can, score some points. And like you said, the coaching matchup is pretty even. And recently, the Texans have been here more. So I think it's time for the Texans to win that, or to make that leap, win 2 playoff games, and get to an AFC Championship. Like I don't know if you saw this, but I did have the Texans making the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I still feel kind of strongly about that pick, especially if they beat the Patriots. Because if they played the Bills right now, I would actually pick the Bills. Yeah. Because just of how they're playing. I don't think they're good. They're a horrible matchup for the Bills, but just
Woody Marks would run all over that defense. Yeah. On top of that, Nico would have a day.
Absolutely.
I think they match up extremely well against the Bills.
Yeah. All right, so that's our first disagreement. That's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, and then last game of the weekend, and this is where we will finish it off because, like we said, guys, we are tired. But we got Rams at Bears. The Rams are favored by 3.5. This game is forecasted to be at negative 18 degrees. Or it's going to feel like negative 18 degrees. Them pads are going to be cracking. It's going to be about who is the most physical team in this game. So who do you have?
Give me the Rams.
Okay.
even with all of that being said, I don't know what the wind looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know if not Cleveland, Chicago.
Yeah.
I don't know if Chicago can get stops.
Yeah.
I don't know. They might. I could see the Bears putting up 35 points and losing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's crazy to say, but
just like the 49er game.
Yeah, I see a lot of, I'm not going to say heroic efforts, but kind of with the Bears and the Broncos.
Yeah.
And with young teams, I don't know how long you can sustain that.
Absolutely.
Because as much as the Bears deserve to win that game against Green Bay, and credit to the comeback, Super Bowl teams and winning teams, and that's what we're getting more narrow down to, don't lose that game.
Happen. Absolutely.
Don't let that happen.
I agree.
And yeah, I just think Stafford, McVay, Stafford, like you talk about being here.
Yeah.
They have a team full of guys who have been here.
Absolutely.
And Chicago has some, but they don't have too many guys who have been there yet. So even Ben Johnson, great career so far, hasn't been here yet.
Yeah. And I think regardless if the Bears season ends here, it was a win on the season.
Yeah.
And I think you made a great point about Bo Nix and Caleb Williams type of magic this year. It feels very different than Jaden Daniels' rookie season. Yeah. It felt like, in my opinion, Jaden Daniels throughout games was a threat. His team was a threat. His team was always in the game.
Clutch, all of it.
There was that part. He had everything to it. When I watch Caleb Williams and Bo Nix right now, first off, I don't think they're in the same conversation. I think Caleb Williams is substantially better than Bo Nix.
Caleb Williams isn't right now. If he wins this game, you could make that argument.
Yes.
But right now he's not. But he will be a top 5 quarterback. At some point in his career.
Yeah, I would think so. But you never know who elevates him up, because Mahomes is still going to be here for a while. Allen, so we'll have to see. But I do. If I was a betting man, I would say that. Yeah, but that's where I believe that their magic will end right here as well. I look at Matthew Stafford, who has been here before. He's played in cold weather games. He's played in playoff games just like these. Puka Nacua is the best skilled player in this game, along with Devontae Adams. The one thing that gives me trouble when I pick this game is Kyron Williams has a fumbling problem.
Yeah.
Against my Philadelphia Eagles last year, he fumbled, and he pretty much gave the game away. He was a big reason on why they lost that game.
Yeah.
And when you look at the Bears' defense, they suck, but as everyone has said before, they get takeaways.
Yep.
So if they can punch the ball out at home, get some momentum rolling, this game could just be a shootout. And if it gets late, as we've seen, Caleb Williams is a problem.
Yep.
And in the fourth quarter, I don't know if there's been a better quarterback this season.
Year.
If I'm just looking at how good quarterbacks are in a particular quarter, I'm taking Caleb Williams' fourth quarters overall.
Yeah.
Because he is making things happen with his arm, and all of their skilled players will be there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting for me, and that's why I don't consider this one a lock. I would consider, once again, my lock Bills and Broncos. But yeah, I do believe that the Rams will take care of business and end up heading to Seattle, where we will also get a part 3. So that will be extremely fun as well.
Yeah. This could be the best playoffs of my lifetime.
And it's better because everything.
Definitely the best opening weekend.
Yes, everything. Oh yes, I mean all of the games. And I stated this before. I thought Bills and Jags was an early that was a conference championship type of matchup in my opinion. Yeah. I think the Jags were that good.
Yes.
I think, and I stated this already, if the Jags had played any of the teams in their performances in Wild Card Weekend, they would have won. They would have won. Anybody. So that's just the principle for me, and that's why I'm so high on the Bills at this point, to be quite honest.
They're high.
Yeah, and this playoffs just feels so fresh. You get new faces, new teams. It's like you have no clue what is going to happen. No. At this point, someone is going to get their first ring, unless it's Matthew Stafford, and that's kind of why I'm not rooting on the Rams. I do want to see a new face. I want to see Josh Allen 1-1. I'm going to be honest at this point. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's a late episode that we're making right now, but we had to get it out. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace out.